Hi everyone. I am going to show how I set up my altar set for this past full moon in Sagittarius. The first piece I'm going to put out is the altar tray. This is the one I made for this moon. I'll put that in the center. And this is my intention tray. I'm going to put candles on. Here's my incense holder. And my 3 tiny bowls. I'm going to put them up here like this. Let me get this in the camera better. Now I was drawn to make the shape of an arrow. So that's what I did for my rituals, and that's what I'm going to do here too. I'm also going to put out this pendant to charge. I already charged one for myself, so this is just for showing you. The first thing I'm going to do is place my incense and light it. I'm using cinnamon for today. I have a list of all items that correspond to Sagittarius on my blog post. You can use whatever you like. And I'm going to light the incense, but I'm not going to light the candles because I already did my witch ritual. And this is just to show you how I do it. And then the next thing I do is place my herbs. For herbs, I'm using sage, dandelion, clovers. I think I have ground clover and whole clover, and rosemary. And then I'm going to place my fire element. And for this one, for Sagittarius, I have carnelian crystals, some rainbow moonstone, and then I put in some of these. I got little ones in the colors that I'm using to add for sparkle in it, to bring in more Sagittarius energy. And I also have a little piece of cinnamon stick. And then I'm going to put this big yellow one. And then for crystals, I have labradorite, citrine, amethyst. And then I had a turquoise bracelet with just a couple tiny turquoise on it, but I also put the beads from the turquoise bracelets in here. And those are all those. And then for my larger crystals, I'm going to put out my labradorite. And I'm going to turn it to where I can see. I don't know why it takes so long. There. And my moonstone. My moldavite. And let me just gather all these. Here's amethyst. I have a few amethyst. I'm going to put you right here. And then you right here. And I think this is soldite, but I think this is the lapis lazuli, but I'm not for sure. But one of them is one in the other. I'm not sure which one is which. And some citrine. And a little piece of turquoise. And I'm not sure if this is, I don't think this is turquoise, but it's not sure what it is. Okay. So I have all my crystals out for this ritual. The next thing I would do is anoint my candles. And I did create a line of elixirs, which are essential oils, years ago. So I still use those. And today I'm going to use Be Creative and the solar plexus chakra. And what I would do is put the oil on my hand and then put the oil on the candle. For this specific ritual, we're going to start in the middle and then go to the bottom and then start in the middle and go to the top. So it's covered both ways, up and down. And then I will put them in the candle holder. I would also use the elixir to put on myself anywhere you feel you need to, like here, wherever you feel you need to put your oil. I put that there too. Then with lighting the candle comes visualization, visualizing themes for this moon ritual. This one is for, I would think here, I think about what have I been telling myself I want and what do I actually want. So um, look at the candle, look at the flame and reflect on that. What does this rare blue moon want me to stop deferring? So I would think about that. Like, what am I deferring for myself and what can I go after? And think about that. Where have I been aiming small because aiming true felt too vulnerable? What would it look like to aim true, anyways? So you think about how you're not going for the really big goal. You're like going for the smaller goal. And I know I do that as is now. I have little micro goals to accomplish before I think that I can achieve the big goal. So I would reflect on that. And then candles are lit and doing that. And then I charge my pendant So for me, I hold the pendant in both hands, like closer to the candlelight, and then um, think about the energies that I want to go into the pendant. So for this, so I want Sagittarius energy, Jupiter energy, um, the blue moon energy, because that is something special, and whatever else you feel like you want to put in your pendant so that when you wear it, you can feel that energy. And then place it back here and just let it charge in the candlelight until you're finished. And then the next thing, and the most important thing, I think, is writing your intentions. On my blog, I have different prompts for if you want to do long journaling or if you need some examples to write your intention. The in, the intention for this moon starts with I am aiming at, and you can write whatever you feel you need to aim for. And I write mine on this 3x5 paper. So I'll write my intention, and then I will, depending on which moon it is. This one is the blue moon, and usually full moons are for releasing, but since it's a special moon, it's I am treating it differently. So this one I will fold towards me to call in my intention. If it was a regular full moon, it's usually release, and then I would fold it outwards to release it out to the universe. And then after I fold it, I'm going to put it under my intention tray and let the candlelight charge that also and send it into the universe. And then I will leave it there until I decide to burn it, which I haven't come up with a schedule yet. Um, what I do know is I don't want to do a burning the same day as I do a ritual. So it's kind of hard because I usually just do one ritual per week, and I really don't do anything um, else physically witchy. But I need to because I have a stack that I need to burn. So I need to come up with a schedule. You can do it either the next moon phase, the next same moon, the next opposite moon, the next opposite sign, so 6 months, whenever you feel the need to burn it or however you're going to release it. Um, I just prefer burning and going into the air. Maybe it's because I'm Libra and air sign. So then I will just reflect, um, sit here and watch the candles burn down and think about what I wrote, think about what I would like to achieve, and then I will wear my pendant the next day. I did wear my pendant on Monday since the full moon was on Sunday, and that is basically it. Um, you can close however you feel like closing. I just wait for everything to burn down. If I can't burn it down today, I'll just snuff it out and burn it the next day. And then once I get ready for the next moon phase, I will put everything away and cleanse everything. And then I will do a meditation, usually from YouTube. And I will also do a tarot reading, which I do have tarot questions, a tarot spread on my blog also. And that is it for the full moon in Sagittarius, which was a blue moon. The ritual stays basically the same for every moon phase that I do. The elements change, the colors change. So I know that this is already past the moon, but I feel better doing my own rituals first and then showing you what I did instead of a preview. I'm thinking about it, but this is how I like it right now. So I will talk to you later. Bye.